Hey everybody! Today we are going to learn about plant parts. So, just like our bodies have a bunch of different body parts that do different functions, plants also have a lot of different parts that do different functions. Like, I smell with my nose, and I eat with my mouth, I hear with my ears. But what are the different functions of plant parts? Let's find out. Alright. So here we have a zucchini plant, and we are going to start with talking about the roots. So the roots serve a really important function in all plants. Roots are below the surface of the soil, and they're kind of like giant straws that go into the earth and suck up the water and the nutrients. Now, soil has a ton of vitamins and nutrients all up in it. Like, you know how we take vitamins, like calcium, vitamin C? Well, plants also need vitamins, and they get it from sucking it up in the soil. Now, the roots also suck up tons of water, and so this is how the plant drinks. When it rains or when you water your plants, the soil acts kind of like a sponge and holds on to all of that water, and the roots can suck it all up like a straw. Now we're going to talk about the next part of a plant. Now this is the stem. Just like our bodies have a spinal cord that goes all the way down and ensures that we can stand up tall and strong, plants have a stem. Now, the stem functions as a way to make sure the plant can grow up, tall and strong, and it also serves as a way to make sure that all of those nutrients and water from the roots go up into the plant so that the whole plant can get all of those nutrients and water. Okay, so the next part of the plant we're going to talk about are the leaves. Now, the leaves are incredibly important on a plant. They take the energy from the sun and turn it into food. Isn't that crazy? Imagine if you were sunbathing at the beach, feeling all warm and toasty, and then your body took in all that sun and made food out of it. Well, that's what plants do. It's pretty wild. Now, all of that energy from the sun is converted into sugars, and that is what makes plants green. They turn it into chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is why leaves are green. That's all of the delicious sugar that comes from the sun. I know, my handwriting looks bad on the board because I'm writing sideways, but you can just leave me alone. Okay, now we're going to talk about flowers. Flowers are incredibly important. Did you know that every single fruit and nut that you can think of comes from a flower? Honestly, wild. So wild. Let's talk about flowers. Okay, so plants have usually two different kinds of flowers. They have a male flower and a female flower, and usually those look a little bit different. For example, on a zucchini plant, the male flower, don't mind me, the male flower just looks like a flower, big and beautiful and yellow, and the female flower has a little piece attached to it that would become the fruit. So they look a little bit different. And what happens is when you get pollinators like bees and butterflies and birds coming in and getting all up in those flowers, like, I don't know if you've ever seen a bee just having such a good time in a flower, just like, oh, yeah, party. Well, they are collecting the nectar from the flower so that they can take it back to their beehive and feed their hive. The bees spread the pollen from flower to flower. And when the pollen from the male flower gets spread to the pollen to the female flower, then the fruit starts to grow. Alright, so that is our next section of the plant we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the fruit, the part that on the zucchini plant we eat, the zucchini. Did you know zucchini's a fruit? So, this big, beautiful zucchini is grown over time from the flower with all of the energy and water taken from the sun and the soil. And the fruit inside usually carries the seeds. When we harvest our delicious zucchini plant, you'll notice when you cut it in half, it has seeds in it. Now those seeds are the same seeds that we plant in the ground to start a whole new zucchini plant. Now, on the zucchini, we eat the fruit part of the plant, but there are a lot of different plants that we eat, and a lot of the times, it is different pieces of the plant. So we're gonna go into that next. Okay, so now we're gonna go over the different kinds of plant parts that we eat. I just kind of foraged through my fridge. Me and the people that I live with eat a lot of veggies, so I have a lot of different examples of different plant parts that we eat. I'm going to pull out a pomegranate. A pomegranate has lots of seeds inside of it, but the pomegranate is a fruit. Here I have some celery. Celery, the part that we eat, the stalk, is the stem of the plant. This one's easy. I got some bananas here. And bananas are the fruit of a giant banana tree. Here I have kale. Kale, the part that we eat on the plant, is the leaves. I have an orange. Once again, this is a fruit. I have a little baby lettuce here. And on lettuce, we eat the leaves. Here I have a beet, a beautiful pink beet. Beets are the root of the plant. So underneath the ground, the beet is growing, and then there's a plant that's attached to it. Did you know that potatoes are the same? Potatoes are a root, and so they grow underneath the ground, and lots of potatoes grow if you plant one potato in the ground, and then the plant grows out of the potato. We don't eat the plant, but we do eat the root. Here I have an onion. This is a bulb. A bulb is kind of like a root. It grows under the ground, but technically it's called a bulb. And then lastly, I have carrots. These are also a root vegetable that grow underneath the ground, and then the top of the carrot, the plant, is the part that we see above the ground. I don't have an example of a flower that we eat with me right now, but broccoli and artichokes are flowers. Here's the cool thing. Here I have some dried beans. Now, beans are seeds. Whoa. I also have some rice. Did you know rice is also a seed? Other seeds include corn, oats, all kinds of beans. Well, now we've talked about plant parts and all the different kinds of plant parts we eat. I hope that you enjoy some delicious plants this week, and think about, is this a root? Is this a seed? Is this a leaf? Oh my God, there's so many options. I don't know. Maybe now you know.